Well, hello there, and welcome back to another Camping Mat adventure. Today, we're on Chef Troy's boat.
Yo-ho.
Where we're just on our way back from Lake Washington, where we hung out for a couple days and celebrated the first day, or the first weekend of 2025 boat season. We got to see a bunch of crew races, as well as a parade, which was totally awesome. So follow us along as we check out what's just around the corner here.
In the Pacific Northwest.
Oh yeah!
The opening day of boat season in Seattle, Washington is a celebration of maritime tradition, history, and community. It is sponsored by the Seattle Yacht Club and is an annual event that takes place in the Montt Lake Cut and marks the official start of the boating season, bringing together an array of vessels from luxury yachts to historic steamboats and fire safety vessels.
Hey Troy, what you got going on here, buddy?
A little bit of breakfast for all the guests.
Oh man. Are those the sausages there that me and you made?
They are.
Those are good.
The event began with crew teams from around the world competing in various races, including the Windermere Cup that welcomed teams from New Zealand, Indiana University, and the University of Washington. Spectators can watch from the north and south shores of the Cut, or from boats anchored along the log boom in Lake Washington.
Oh, these are four-person.
Four-packs,
Yeah. Okay, it's time to go!
Oh, here comes more rowers.
Yeah, look at that.
Gotta have the rowers.
Wow, they're moving.
Yeah, those 8-person ones, they get going.
How fast do you think they're going?
Faster than I'd be going through here with my dinghy, that's for sure.
Well,
More than 7 knots, I don't know. See, I could be a rower. And by that I mean like a coxswain who just yells at them to row. Like, to actually do the work. I'd be threatening them with a good breakfast afterwards.
shoot.
Like, you guys want bacon and sausage? Row! Row!
I do. I'd row for bacon and sausage. What do you got there, Troy?
Well, just a little
Oh,
breakfast sandwich.
man, that looks so delicious. You so good to me. I wouldn't give you up for nothing. All right. I think I'll just sit here and watch the races and enjoy my breakfast.
Seattle has a deep connection to rowing. One of the most inspiring stories in history comes from the University of Washington's 1936 crew team, immortalized in the best-selling book, The Boys in the Boat. It is about a group of 9 young men from working-class backgrounds who won the gold medal at the 1936 Berlin Olympics, stunning the world and triumphing over adversity. It was also made into a movie in 2023, directed by George Clooney. The University of Washington men's rowing team secured their 29th victory, winning the Windermere Cup, holding off a strong challenge from the New Zealand national team.
Keep it up, ladies! Keep it up! Stand one! Stand one! Get it done! Get it done!
The University of Washington women's Varsity 8 also won the Windermere Cup, securing their 28th victory over New Zealand and Indiana University. After the races came to an end, the Seattle Yacht Club's boat parade kicked off, with vessels decorated based on this year's theme, Back to the 80s. After a full day of watching crew races and the boat parade, the sun started to dip toward the horizon. Roach Harbor Yacht Club completed the color ceremony and the harbor grew quiet. The flags lowered marked the end of the day. The next morning, it was time to pack up and make our way back home, which is about 60 nautical miles to the north. The journey from Lake Washington and through the Ballard Locks is a scenic ride with spectacular views of Seattle.
See you later.
Are you going? No?
Oh man, look at that. Thanks, buddy.
There you go, buddy.
Woo! That's awesome. Cheers. Where are we at, Troy?
That's Possession Point.
Possession. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right out here, Possession Point is a very popular salmon fishing area. In fact, this is where I lost that salmon where I ran my pole out of stream.
Well, then we got it a couple years later, or a couple weeks later. So then right over here was that one. I don't remember if you were with me, but there was a fish. All of a sudden, we saw this fin on the surface. Someone's like, "What the heck is that?" We were trolling at the time, and I said, "Oh, that's a salmon." Someone caught it. Their line probably broke, and the salmon can't swim because it's got a swivel flasher hanging out the back of it. So I said, "Reel up your gear." And I went over there on one engine with my autopilot and swam under our boat a couple times. Then we finally netted it, pulled it in, perfectly legal keeper salmon.
Worn out.
Took the hook out of the mouth, and someone looked at me and said, "Well, what do we do with all this gear?" And I said, "Well, tie it on your line. It caught one, it'll catch another."
Reuse
We
it.
tied it on the line and sent it right on back down.
Pon, all stations, all stations, all stations. This is Coast Guard Pacific Puget Sound, Coast Guard Pacific Puget Sound, Coast Guard Pacific Puget Sound. The Coast Guard has received a report of an overturned capsized catamaran with 02 persons on the hull. Any vessels in the area able to assist or provide further information are requested to contact this unit. That vessel is observed in GPS position 47.7357 north. Negative 122.478 west. This is United States Coast Guard, subject Puget Sound, out.
This is right about the area where I recorded a Man-Overboard rescue. We were getting on the Edmonds-Kingston ferry just behind us. We just passed that ferry terminal, in fact. And they came on, said they had to go assist in a man-overboard. And Julie and I were just going to ride in the vehicle, in the car, on the ferry. We weren't even going up. We were going over to a surprise party for her mom's retirement. And I said, well, we better go upstairs, because man-overboard situation could mean they're looking for a person. It could mean anything, so we should just go up and at least be an extra set of eyes. And we went upstairs and went up forward, and yeah, they diverted straight north here towards Possession Point, where we're at now, and it was windy that day. And there were people in the water, and there were 3 sailboats already starting to rescue them, and I filmed the whole thing.
Wow.
I posted it, and it went a little bit viral. It had close to 80,000 views on my Facebook page and several other news outlets similar. So it's, I don't know, it could have close to 500,000 views by now. They interviewed me on the news. Like there's 2 people.
Right, there is 2.
Oh no.
Oh, somebody's...
I just lost
I
them.
don't know why no one dropped life boat out.
I think that's what we're getting ready to do, but somebody couldn't keep a hold. I think just too cold to hang on. Probably.
Yeah.
The other hard part's getting them out of the water onto the sailboat.
Well, and starting to get warm. I think that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Get some heat.
So yeah, it was quite an event. It's kind of a day like today. There was so many sailboats when we just came out of here. It reminded me of it because they were on a sailboat race. But in that situation, they stopped racing and 3 sailboats came over and rescued them. The vessel they were swept off of was disabled and could not rescue them. So 3 other sailboats came and rescued them. And then the ferry came and blocked wind, and helped aid in the rescue. And then I think it was Kingston Sheriff or Kitsap County Sheriff coming out of Kingston came on a fast boat, and they actually did a at-sea transfer and ran them back to Edmonds and got them to a hospital. They both made it. They're both fine, but they were in the water for close to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They weren't wearing their life jackets because the situation they're in, especially on a sailboat, it's a lot different than what we're doing right now. We're not out walking around the boat. They were clear up on the bow of the boat when all this happened. And they were in much rougher, sailboats. It was a race, so they were looking for high wind. We're out here. It's a beautiful, calm day today. I mean, if we were on our own boat, I would have been there to assist in any way I could. But no, we were just We only got to really just film it. That was it.
Place is on board your vessel.